To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing we have to do is swear in the new members, so anyone who is elected in this election needs to stand, please. And raise your right hand. You don't have to repeat, I'll just say it and then you can say I swear at the end, okay? Having been elected to the office of member of the county board of Mercer County in the state of Illinois, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the county board according to the best of my ability. Say I swear.
I swear.
Congratulations all.
All right.
Okay, now if I can find my roll call sheet. I'm usually more organized than this book. I do so. Alright. Brian Anseeuw,
Here.
Donnie Bell,
Here.
Bieri,
Here.
Gregg,
Here.
Karen Jones,
Here.
Jeff McWhorter,
Here.
Ted Pappas,
Here.
Fred Rooth,
Here.
Lori Sindelar,
Here.
Joe Vann.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, now, according to the bylaws, which is in your book under, number 4. The officers of the county board shall be the chairperson, vice chairperson, and secretary. The election of the board chairperson and vice chairperson shall be held at the organizational board meeting in December of each even-numbered year, as defined in section 3.1, and each officer shall serve for 2 years. The procedure for electing a chairperson is as follows. Nomination shall be made by voice nomination, and voting shall be by voice vote or show of hands, and shall conform to the requirements of the Illinois Open Meetings Act. The number of votes received by each nominee shall be revealed by the teller, who shall be the county clerk. If more than 2 candidates are nominated for chairperson and none of the candidates receive a majority of the votes cast on the first ballot, the candidate receiving the least number of votes shall be withdrawn from candidacy for the next ballot. The ballot should continue in such manner until one person receives a majority of the votes cast. In the event of a tie of votes cast after 4 ballots, the decision shall be made by casting lots. And then after you elect the chairperson, you'll immediately follow an election for the vice chair. Anybody have any questions about that? Okay. I will entertain nominations from the floor for chairman.
I'd like to nominate Brian Anseeuw.
I would like to nominate Joe Vann.
Are there any more nominations for chairman?
I'd like to decline the nomination.
Are there any other nominations for chairman? Are there any other nominations for chairman? Seeing none, we will vote by a show of hands for chairman. Brian Anseeuw is chairman. Anseeuw as chairman. I will take nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Joe Vann for vice chair.
Are there any other nominations for chair, vice chair? Are there any other nominations for vice chairman? Are there any other nominations for vice chairman? Okay, we will vote now by show of hands for Joe Vann as vice chairman. Vice chairman. Okay, Mr. Chairman, will you please take your seat, bring all your stuff, okay?
Hand me a Brian platinum.
Is your water, Brian?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm gonna hold up the meeting.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and conclude the meeting. We'll go ahead and approve the minutes for November 6, 2004 general meeting.
Motion approved. I'll second.
All in favor, or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Next is the approval of the November 21st, 2014 special meeting minutes.
Also moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion passed. Law enforcement. So we have, you're on current law enforcement, right? Or Jeff, are you?
Bieri is.
Yeah.
What's that now?
So
I
like,
don't have the minutes here, hold on.
Yeah, they're in their,
Okay.
in their packet here.
Okay, on the law enforcement committee, I'm just a person on the committee, I didn't head it up. But what we have right here is on the sheriff's report, the inmate population as of 11/19/14 was 34 federal inmates, 19 Cook County, 13 county. We had one on work release and one on weekend, and the total comes up to 68 prisoners. As we go on down through this, the question was asked by committee member Dan Schroeder regarding the care of the prisoners and the county budget, and it was asked whether it would be sufficient enough at the present time, and Glancy, Sheriff Glancy at that point in time said that at this time that they could hold the 80 without adding to our workforce down there. But as Dave Staley just came in and said that the inmates that we're getting now from Cook County are a little more radical, that might throw a little, wrench into the works here.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this opinion or is this the minutes of the meeting?
It's minutes of the meeting, what's it say right here, Joe?
It doesn't say anything about the.
I think you're reading off the discussion that we had in finance. So in
It
the
says
packet,
law enforcement committee minutes.
Yeah.
Right here.
yeah, number 5.
Where does it? Where are Sheriff
You wanna make a
Staley's
motion to
remarks in
approve
these
that?
minutes?
Right here.
I'm looking,
Okay.
Sheriff Staley's remarks are not in this minute.
Oh, no, Sheriff Staley's wrong.
No,
No, that was in the financial.
finance.
All right.
Somebody wanna make a motion to approve those minutes?
Yes, I would like to make that motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
I would like to hear from our new sheriff on a couple of points I believe he has for the board, which is the appropriate time for that, Brian.
Yeah, Sheriff.
Would you like to hear me? Thank you. Couple of things, to reiterate for a couple of the new board members that weren't here during the finance. Our Cook County inmates are slowly increasing, but we're getting, when it first started out, we were getting a much more low security risk or medium security risk type of an inmate. The ones that we're getting now are much more violent offenders. They're, I believe, all of them in protective custody, what Cook County refers to as protective custody, which means they are separated, kept on 23-hour-a-day lockdown, basically. So, I think what Gary was referring to, we have to balance number of inmates versus number of correctional officers, and part of that goes to if something happens. We have a fight break out in the cell block. It's much different if you're dealing with maximum security prisoners versus a minimum security prisoner. There's a big difference between a guy who's got 3 murder charges and has absolutely nothing to lose versus a guy who's on his 3rd DUI and is looking at 5 years in the state pen or 10 years in the state pen. There's a difference in in the mindset of that prisoner. It's just something that we have to address. It's something that we have to consider, and it's something that we have to be cognizant of when we're considering bringing in more of those. So that's something that we'll be discussing at law enforcement, and we'll be talking about as this whole thing goes on. Obviously, this was my first day, and there was a lot of stuff going on, to say the least. One of the things that was going on, the first thing today, is I accepted the resignation of Jeff Dale as both chief deputy and as, from his position at the sheriff's office. In addition to that, I had to, I guess you would say, accept my own resignation as a deputy sheriff to become sheriff. So 12 sworn officers, we're now short 2 of those positions. I've heard hiring freeze and stuff bannered around a lot, so I would like some direction on that. I believe we need a minimum of 1 of those right away just to cover the schedule, just to keep the cars going and keep providing services that we provide. I believe we actually need both of those positions, but I would entertain any thoughts, questions, or anything from board members. Joe?
I have a question. If authority is given to you to hire 2 more positions, how long would it be before they were eligible to actually fulfill those positions?
2 positions, if I can only hire people that have to be sent to the academy, it's about 9 months.
Is there a requirement that you can only hire people that have to be sent
No.
to the academy?
And we do have, I have to look at the qualified list from the Merit Commission and who's available, and I have to do a lot of checking and make sure that I know. I would ideally like to be able to hire somebody who's already trained.
Do you have reserve deputies that are already retrained?
We do not have anyone currently. We have one who is a part-timer, I guess. Is that what you refer to as a reserve deputy, a part-time employee? We do have one on the qualified list, and I won't say that I'm going to hire him because I've not done a background check on him. A complete, my background check, okay? My work history background. Obviously, he's a deputy sheriff, so he doesn't have a criminal history, but
I'm just asking questions. I'm not
There's-
saying that's what you go for, or even if you're going to get permission.
exactly. So ideally, he would be a candidate that I would want to take a close look at because I don't have to send him to the academy for 6 months and then do a 3 or 4 month FTO program. And then the last thing that I'm going to put out there is I would encourage, especially the new board members, but even the people that have been serving for the last couple of years, to come down, tour the facility, let us show you what we do, let us show you how it works. We can do that on an individual basis, we can do it on a group, however you guys wanna do it, I will make myself available, I don't care if it's.
Would it be better for you if we did it on an individual basis instead of a mass group?
I would say no more than a couple at a time would be probably the most meaningful. It is gonna be the most time to interact with each of you. The other thing that I would invite you to do and encourage you to do, I will take you out in the squad car, you know, a ride along of that nature. It's a little different, it gives you a little different outlook if you've seen from inside that windshield what happens sometimes. There again, we'll go in the daytime, we'll go in the nighttime. I can only do one at a time that way, but I would be very, very pleased to do that for you guys, okay? Let you see how the other side of this all works as opposed to just hearing us talk about officer safety. I'd like you to get a feel for what officer safety is, both in the jail and out on the road. So that's my invitation to you. I sincerely hope that you will take me up on that. No other questions? That's where I'm at right now.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions for Sheriff? All right, thanks, Sheriff.
I will make a motion to approve law enforcement.
Second.
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, transportation. Jeff.
Okay, before, in your packet, you got a minute, November 19th, highway committee meeting, I'd entertain a motion, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time.
Also in the packet, there is a resolution for the county engineer's salary, and we decided to table that to a January board meeting, so we can dispense with the Third, we have a Suez Township County Bridge 8 petition for bridge replacement. I'd like to make a motion to